Hello, everyone. Doug Rumer here, a proud instructor at XM, and I would like to ask you a couple of questions. Do you feel like you're inconsistent with your trading? Or do you feel like you're constantly one step behind the market, chasing all kinds of assets or following the latest hot social media mentions? If the answer is yes to either one of those questions or both of them, then maybe the one asset, one trade strategy is for you. So, what is the one asset, one trade strategy? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's focusing all of your energy and attention on just one asset and making just one trade from it. And it's not just a strategy, it's also sort of an exercise to get you to understand how little is needed to become very successful as a trader. And it works in two parts. Here's how you do it. Week number one, just pick one asset. Doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be gold, euro, US markets, the DAX, Bitcoin, makes no difference. Get rid of everything else and just watch it only for just 1 week. And kind of when you're watching it, look for little different pieces of behavior. Like, does it like to break out in the morning and then sell off later? Does it sell off in the morning and break out later? Does it struggle with certain numbers or certain areas? How does this thing behave? Because every single asset has a unique behavior. And when you're able to take your technical analysis and add that to that specific behavior, things really start to expand for you. So kind of see it like a movie or something, an analogy I often use when explaining this strategy. If you watch a movie, the first time you see it, you say, gee, that was a really good movie, but there's a lot that you missed. Now, the second time you watch it, you start to see all of these things that you didn't pick up the first time, then the third and fourth and fifth. And if you watch that movie 100 times, eventually you'll know every single line, every single mistake, every single scene. You're going to know it because you've seen it so many times. And that's kind of what we're trying to do with trading. If you get up every day, you look at the same thing for 300 or 400 days, you're automatically going to have a hunch or some kind of know-how on where it's going to be. But just for the first week, just watch it, just observe. Then on the second week, start to think about your strategy and putting that strategy inside of the way that behavior is. So it might sound a little confusing at first, but you'll understand, you'll know how that works. And that's, again, how we really make money in trading, is taking what you know and expanding on that, using the elements of time, using the elements of behaviors. So week number one, just watch one asset. Week number two, see how good you're at predicting the movement of this. Now, why would somebody even want to do this? Why would you want to spend 2 weeks trying to learn this strategy or getting rid of what you know and trying to do something like this? Well, one of the things that traders struggle with in the very beginning, all aspiring traders, even if you've been at it for a while, is data overload, decision overload. Things are coming at you so quick in the beginning and you're trying to use indicators, you're trying to figure out strategies, and everything's moving a million miles an hour. By reducing it, we're going back to the keep it simple method, where you're just taking all of your focus, attention, and energy, and you're channeling it in one direction. And you've got all of that brain power focused on one idea, one center, and everything seems to just be a little bit slower. That helps you. Also, like I mentioned with the movie analogy, another great reason for doing this is you start to pick up on those little nuances. You sort of get to be not one step behind a market, but now 1 or 2 steps ahead of a market by being able to accurately forecast how and where it might move to, and what is the potential next step and how you can make money from that. And something that's probably even more important than all of those, I think for all of us traders, we go through a period of time where we're over trading. We feel like just this impulse to trade and trade too much, like there's got to be this opportunity, there's got to be something going on. And what we're actually doing is we have a lack of quality. Now, if you think about it for just a minute, if you only had one trade to make every day, how would that change your trading? Would the trade that you were about to make be of good enough quality where you would say, if this is the only trade I get to make today, is this the trade I would take? Is this the best opportunity in front of me? And by doing this, you'll start to really develop great habits. Now, over time, you can add more than just one strategy. You don't have to just stick with one trade, one strategy, but it's a great lesson in how little someone needs to make money in a market, how paying attention to the same thing over every day gives you a little extra insight. And again, when you take your technical analysis and strategies and you start placing it in to things that you understand, now you're at a whole new realm with your trading. Now, some of this might be confusing to you. I kind of moved here real quickly, but let me suggest something. If you really want to take your trading to the next level, every day that the market's open, we are live here at XM with both advanced room sessions where we have debates between instructors and share ideas. We also have beginner room sessions where we really focus on things like the one trade strategy, where you could really build the right business, not to just make you money today, but to make you money over several months and several years. So I encourage you to visit those sessions, and I hope I see you there real soon. Take care.